Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Radha Shiv Saraswati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Saraswati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Saraswati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate. गोपेश गोपी कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये। श्री राधे गोविंद भगवान की
जय
जय।
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Ajay.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Hare Krishna भैया, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna.
We can give them a $5 discount. Like if you register this time, like you will get some discount for the.
Hare Krishna, Tarun.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna, back from London or?
Yeah, back from London. So I'm still in London time zone. So if I doze off in the middle of the meeting, it's not because of the body.
No, this meeting is to actually doze off, so you can sleep nicely.
No, so I'm definitely fighting it out. Day one back.
That's fine. You had a good trip?
Yeah, the trip was all right. Thanks. Hope everyone is doing good.
Yeah, no, everyone is good. I think we completed Adhyay 18 last week.
Yeah, I have to catch up on that.
Yeah, we have the recordings there, of course. And then we are starting on Adhyay 19. So we started 19, almost completing 19 actually. And so yesterday, I mean like Thursday, we read Shlok 37 of Adhyay 19, Canto 3. And so what has happened so far is Lord Varaha, who is none other than Lord Vishnu himself, yeah, he finally killed Hiranyaksh. And after that, you know, Lord Brahma and all the demigods, all the devatas were praying to Lord Vishnu. And then, of course, you know, going back to Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vidur, Mahatma Vidur is then asking Maitreya Muni, you know, what happened after that. And Sud Goswami Ji, if you remember, yeah, Sud Goswami Ji is reciting this at Nemi Saranya to all the Rishi Munis, right, headed by Sonat Muni. The same thing which is being recited by Sukdev Goswami Ji to Parikshit Maharaj, yeah. And Sud Goswami Ji were present there, so Sud Goswami Ji is reciting to all the Rishi Munis. And what is being mentioned here is let's read the translation for the 37 shlok is, O Brahmans, basically Sud Goswami is telling all the Rishi Munis who have gathered at Nemisaranya is that, O Brahmans, anyone who hears, chants or takes pleasure in the wonderful narration of the killing of the Hiranyaksha demon by the Lord, who appeared as the firstborn in order to deliver the world. Yeah, to deliver the world, got all the whole earth above the water, and anyone who chants, takes pleasure, is at once relieved of the results of sinful activities, even the killings of a Brahman. So killing of a Brahman is one of the biggest sins. And what Sud Goswami is telling all the Rishi Munis is that anyone who hears the wonderful narration of Lord's pastimes, yeah, they are relieved of the results of the sinful activities. It says Vimuchyate is relieved of Brahmavadhapi, like even the killing of a Brahman, yeah, Juja can be relieved. So that's a very interesting and very important thing mentioned here. And also, I think we read this one, but it says basically that since the personality of Godhead is in the absolute position, there is no difference between his pastimes and his personality, right? Because there's no time there. There's no there's no pastimes. I mean, there's no difference between the pastimes and his personality. It's still one and the same. Like it's the same as like the name and the Swarup is also the same, because the Lord Krishna is the absolute truth. Yeah. So we'll start with the next shlok, 38. Etanya mahapunyamalam pavitram dhanyam yashasham padamayurashisham pranendriyanam yudhisoryavardhanam narayano ante gatiranga srinauta. This most sacred narrative confers extraordinary merit, wealth, fame, longevity, and all the objects of one's desire. On the field of battle, it promotes the strength of one's vital organs and organs of action. One who listens to it at the last moment of his life is transferred to the supreme abode of the Lord, or dear Sonak. Yeah. So Sud Goswami is telling to the Sonak Muni, because Sonak Muni is the head of all the rishis, that anyone, this is the most sacred narrative. Yeah, he confers extraordinary dhanyam yashasham padam ayu rashisham. Yeah, so he gets all those merit, wealth, and longevity. And prana indriyanam yudhi sorya vardhanam. Anyone who is at the battle, okay, gets the strength. And then the most important thing which is mentioned here is Narayano ante gatirang srinavatam. Like at the end of the life, at the last moment of the life, if one listens to Srimad Bhagavatam, that's why this is called Saptaji, and Parikshit Maharaj only had 7 days. So he knew already in advance that he has only 7 days. So he went to the Ganga Tat, and Sukhdev Goswami Ji is reciting all Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. Yeah, the same thing is being said, that last moment of his life is transferred to the supreme abode of the Lord, or dear Sona. So let's read the purport. Tarun.
Devotees are generally attracted by the narratives of the pastimes of the Lord, and even though they do not prosecute austerities or meditation, this very process of hearing attentively about the pastimes of the Lord will endow them with innumerable benefits, such as wealth, fame, longevity, and other desirable aims of life. If one continues to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of narratives of the pastimes of the Lord, at the end of this life, one is sure to be transferred to the eternal, transcendental abode of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So if one continues to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, which is narratives of the pastimes of the Lord, at the end of this life, which we all know that everyone's life is limited in this world, one is sure to be transferred to the eternal transcendental abode of the Lord. Rinaji?
Thus, hearers are benefited both ultimately and for as long as they are in the material world. That is the supreme, sublime result of engaging in devotional service. The beginning of devotional service is to spare some time and listen to Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also recommended 5 items of devotional service, namely to serve the devotees of the Lord, to chant Hare Krishna, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, to worship the deity of the Lord, and to live in a place of pilgrimage. Just performing these 5 activities can deliver one from the miserable condition of material life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so pretty clearly mentioned. And the Bhakti Vedanta purpose of the 3rd canto, 19th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Killing of the Demon Hiranyaksha. So Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Jai.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we are completing chapter 19, which is really nice. And we will continue reading the chapter 20, which is conversation between Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vidur. And as we know, what we have read was also what Maitreya Muni was telling to Mahatma Vidur. Yeah, Mahatma Vidur had all these questions. First, he had questions about all this universe and how it got created and how Lord Brahmaji appeared and all that, right? So we read that. And then it was the Lord Varaha's avatar was being described. And then Mahatma Vidur asked in more detail to know that from Maitreya Muni. So Maitreya Muni described that. And now there's a further conversation between Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vidur. So let's read the shlok first. Ravi.
शौनक उवाच महिं प्रतिष्ठा मध्यस्य सौते स्वभाय भुगौ मनुः कान्यवन्तिष्ठ द्वाराणि माराय वरजन्मानाम्. Sri Shaunaka inquired, O Suta Goswami, after the earth was again situated in its orbit, what did Swayambhurva Manu do to show the path of liberation to persons who were to take birth later on? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So Sri Sonak inquired. Yeah, and we just talked about who is Sonak Muni? Who is Shonak Muni here? Right? Shonak Vacha.
He's leader of all the munis.
Right. Yeah. He is the head of all the rishis and munis who have gathered at what place?
Naimisharanya.
Naimisharanya, right? And who is reciting Srimad Bhagavatam to them?
Suta Goswami.
Sut Goswami ji, yeah. So while that reciting is going on, Sonak Muni is inquiring, O Sut Goswami, after the earth was again situated in its orbit, right? And how did the earth got situated in its orbit?
By Lord Vara.
Lord Varaha, right? Remember, Lord Varaha got earth on the musk. Yeah, that's how his avatar is like that, or in the form of a boar. He got the earth on his musk and is situated in its orbit. And so Sonak Muni is asking, so that happened, so now earth is back. So then all these living entities like us, right? And so what happened? So what did Swayambhuva Manu? So as we always know, right? Like the Manu is the first Manu, right? The human being. And so what did he do to show the path of liberation to persons who are to take birth later on? That's the question Sonak Muni is asking. Actually, maybe it's good to read this purport. Ajay?
The appearance of Lord as the first boar incarnation occurred during the time of Swayambhuva Manu, whereas the present age is the period of Vaivasvat Manu. Each Manu's period lasts 72 times the cycle of 4 ages, and one cycle of ages equals 4,320,000 solar years. Thus 4,320,000 multiplied by 72 solar years is the reign of one Manu. In each Manu's period, there are many changes in many ways, and there are 14 Manus within one day of Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Nisha?
It is understood here that Manu creates scriptural regulation for the salvation of the conditioned souls who come to the material world for material enjoyment. The Lord is so kind that any soul who wants to enjoy in his material world is given full facility for enjoyment, and at the same time he is shown the path of salvation. Savanaka Rishi therefore inquired from Suta Goswami, what did Swayambhu Manu do after the reinstatement of the earth in its orbit situation? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So I think if you're interested in some mathematics, right? Do you remember one day of Brahma? How big is one day of Lord Brahma? It's called a kalp. Do you remember one day of Brahma?
4,320,000,000 years.
4.32 billion.
Yes. Yeah. Remember we talked about it many times. So 4,032,000,000 years, solar years is one day of Brahma. Yeah. And the same is the night. Like same, that big is also the night. So one day and one night of Lord Brahma is 8,064,000,000 years. Yeah. Now, so that is 4,032,000,000 is one day of Brahma. But in one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus appear. Yeah. So in one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus appear. The first Manu which appeared in this day of Brahma is the Swayambhuva Manu. Yeah. So the first Manu is the Swayambhuva Manu, which appeared in this particular, the current day of Brahma, which is going on. Swayambhuva Manu was the first Manu. And the present age is in the period of Vevasvat Manu. So our current is Vevasvat Manu. Okay. Now it is mentioned that half of Brahmaji's day is over currently. Yeah. So we have half of Brahmaji's day is done, and the other half is in progress. Yeah. So we got one day of Brahma, we understood. We understood how many Manus are there in one day of Brahma?
14.
14. Yeah, we just talked about it. So there are 14 here, written here. There are 14 Manus within one day of Brahma. Now each Manu, what is the duration of each Manu? Yeah, is mentioned here. Thus 4,320,000 times 72 solar years is the reign of one Manu. Yeah. So one Manu lasts for 4,320,000 times 72, whatever that number is one Manu's duration. And there are 14 Manus. If you total them up, it will be less than 4,032,000,000 years. Because between each Manu, there is a time duration when there is no one, right? That pralaya is there. Okay, so that's why the total is 4,032,000,000. Now, is that clear? Any question on that? Will we remember this?
It is a big math.
Yeah. Now, just to complicate this further, as we know, it says 72 times the cycle of 4 ages. Why are we multiplying this 4,322,000 by 72? Because what is 4,320,000? What is that?
Age of Kali
Age
Yuga.
of Manu.
So this is the cycle of 4 ages total. Yeah, Kali Yuga is only 432,000. Yeah. How big is Kali Yuga? That's easy to remember because 432,000 is Kali Yuga, age of Kali Yuga. So if you take Kali Yuga is 432,000. What is the Yuga before that?
It's 12 something. If I see, I don't know, 72 times a cycle of 4 ages.
So that's whatever that number is, right? But yeah, but just forget this number for a minute. Yeah. If you just take Kali Yuga, how long is Kali Yuga? So Kali Yuga is 432,000 years long. Yeah. Then before Kali Yuga, we have what? Dwapar-
Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga,
Dwapar
Satyuga.
Yuga.
right. So Dwapar Yuga comes before Kali Yuga. How long is Dwapar Yuga? So
It's
to
double of Kali, right?
correct, double of Kali Yuga, because to each Yuga, if we add 432,000,
Oh.
that's how long that Yuga is. So Kali Yuga is 432,000. Dwapar Yuga is 864,000.
64.
So then how big is Treta Yuga?
It's double the
12.
3
It's-
times the Kali Yuga.
Yeah, it's not double, but you add 432,000 to that. So if you add 432,000 to 864,000, that's how long the Treta Yuga is. And then to that, if you add 432,000, that's how long Satyuga is.
Satyuga.
So all these 4 Yuga, if you add all these numbers, 432, 864 and all that, that whole total is 4,320,000.
Oh.
Okay. So 4,320,000 is a cycle of 4 ages. Okay. And so this cycle occurs 72 times in the reign of one Manu. Okay. So one Manu, one's whole cycle of all the 4 yugas is 4,320,000 multiplied by 72. Okay, that's how long one Manu is. And there are 14 Manus in one day of Lord Brahma, which is 4,032,000,000 years. Yeah. Good. I think at least you remember some numbers. Yeah. But the most important, but see, the important fact is that, you know, everything is given, all these durations and everything is mentioned. Right. And even we talked last time, like, you know, in Kali Yuga, the age of a human being is expected to be around 100 years. I mean, 100, which is sounds big, right? But 100 years is what is an expected age in Kali Yuga. And actually, in fact, it's also mentioned that the average height of human beings in Kali Yuga is around 5'3". Okay. But if you go to Dwapar Yuga, the average expected age is 1,000 years. It is 1,000 years, and the average height of a human being is 11 foot 2 inch. 11 foot 2 inch in Dwapar Yuga. Then it says in Treta Yuga, expected age is 10,000 years, and then the height, average height is 22 inch, and 22 foot and 4 inch. And then in Satyuga, the expected age is 100,000. The height is 33 foot and 6 inch. So the point I'm trying to make is like all the numbers are given in correlation with everything. So it's not like one number has been sent sometimes and the other number has come other time. All these numbers, scientific numbers, are all mentioned properly in our scriptures. So that is where, you know, and you can see like a lot of those we can even believe because we can see those. So why not believe the whole thing, which is already mentioned in our Srimad Bhagavatam. So I think we spend some time on the numbers today. But the important thing is, so Swambhu Manu is the first Manu. That's when Lord Varaha appeared, right? But the earth was also in the ocean during Vivaswat Manu's time. Yeah. And Lord Varaha again got the earth above and established its orbital situation. Yeah, as we know, like everything rotates around like moon and everything. So earth also rotates, so that in its orbital situation, Lord Varaha got it and established itself. Okay, so there's so much knowledge in Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's quickly try to do one more shlok. Hare Krishna, Rasiksham Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
You want to read?
Chata Mahabhagavataha Krishna Shekin Kantika Suhritaha Yaste Tyaja Agrajam Krishne Sapatyam Avanitihi. Translation. Sonag Rishi inquired about Vidut. who was a great devotee and friend of Lord Krishna, and who gave up the company of his elder brother because the latter, along with his son, played tricks against the desire of the Lord.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So Rishi is again inquiring about Vidur. So we'll read that tomorrow. A lot of very good purports and good shloks of conversation between Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vidur is coming up. So it will be really nice to read. And now that we only have a minute, let's continue hearing the Radha Kavacham. Yeah. So let's do that and we'll see you tomorrow.
सिताष्टम्यां दशम्यां च विशुद्धधी एकादश्यां त्रयोदश्यां यः पठेत् साधकः सुधिः यं यं कामयते कामं तं तमाप्नोति साधकः राधा कृपा कटाक्षेन भक्ति स्यात् प्रेम लक्षणा उरुधग्ने नाभिधग्ने हृद्धग्ने कंठधग्नके राधा कुंडजले स्थिता यः पठेत् साधकः शतम् तस्य सर्वार्थ सिद्धि स्यात् वाक्सामर्थ्यं तथा लभेत् ऐश्वर्यं च लभेत् साक्षात् दृशा पश्यति राधिका तेन सतक्षणादेव तुष्टदत्ते मह्यम्